Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Critical Mass. It's time to find out who the winner of Pixar March Madness is. And if you watched the first one, good for you, because it was a long video. Good job there. And we are going to see which movie from Pixar is our favorite movie and which one we think is the best one out there. Mark and I are going to chime in on this one. And so why don't you guys follow along suit? See if you picked which movie is actually the best Pixar movie out of all of them. Also, quickly, before we start on this, Paul's going to take over in a second. I just wanted to make a quick correction over one of our last videos. We said that Rosario Dawson was in a Fallout movie. It was in Ghost Protocol. It wasn't.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys said that.
Yes, it's Paula Paxton who is in the movie. I know that because I just rewatched the movie again, and it's Paula Paxton. It's not Rosario Dawson.
Nice going.
But she is in Rent. I did get that correct. You know, I do know she's in movies. I thought.
Oh, that action movie Rent.
What's that?
That action movie Rent.
It's a musical. You know that. I like musicals. All right, Paul, take it away with our Pixar March Madness.
Okay, so yeah, those long videos, don't just watch like 5 minutes and cut out. If you're watching it on a laptop, go to the little gear on the bottom right and make the video play faster. So it'll take less time and you'll get the whole video in. See how that works?
I'm going to start talking with a really deep voice, so if you do that, I'm not going to sound like a girl.
Okay, so I told you last video I didn't know anything about basketball, and I called it the quarterfinals, but it wasn't the quarterfinals. They call it the round of 16. So today we're doing quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. And you guys are going to have to argue Division 1, what was the best movie between Toy Story and Cars?
Out of the Toy Story, the original was groundbreaking. First Pixar movie out there like that. Personally, though, I did like Cars myself. That opening scene with the cars, and it's built like a real NASCAR race, and all of a sudden, you know, you just see the cars and the animation just going. That looked so realistic at the time. That was some of the best animation I'd ever seen up until that point. And I did like the story. I like more action to that one. I do like Woody and Buzz, but I would give it to Cars.
And I have a differing opinion. Yeah, that was a great scene, the opening of Cars, but I'm not going to give it a win because of a great opening.
Well, there's obviously more than that.
Toy Story was what you said. It was groundbreaking, man. It was you can't.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say it's a better movie because it was first.
Toy Story started an entire genre of movie after that came out.
Again, you're just saying it was first.
It was much better. It had more character building. It had, as far as I'm concerned, better animation. I don't know. I think Toy Story hands down takes it.
We'll agree to disagree.
Well, crap. Now I got to decide.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely.
Why there's three of us.
I'm gonna tell you that personally, I liked Cars better as a movie, but I think consensus worldwide would be that Toy Story was the better Pixar movie. I think there are too many characters that kids just enjoyed. They were on pillowcases and lunch pails and blankets. You also had the voice talents of Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. And basically the movie was flawless. What's that?
Cliff Clavin.
He's in all of them. The movie was flawless. I'd have to give it to Toy Story, even though I really super liked Cars.
So you're saying you like Cars better, but you're going to say Toy Story is the better movie.
Yeah, well, I do have like my own personal opinions, like.
But that's what this is. This is our March Madness. It's not worldwide March Madness. It's our March Madness.
No, but I can be objective, and I can say while maybe I liked The Rise of Skywalker, I can objectively say it wasn't the best Star Wars movie, right? So I'm going to say Toy Story was the better Pixar movie, even though I did get caught up in the Cars movie. You guys left it to me to tie break. I'm the referee. Toy Story it is.
I'm not a fan of the way you're tie breaking. That's like saying, oh, you know what? I know we scored that basket, but you guys are the better team, so we'll say that you won the championship.
Well,
That's
put it this way. If I watched both movies right now,
yes,
I would love both of them.
But which one would you enjoy more?
I would have to say I would love both of them. But I would have to say that Toy Story
This is
was
how
the better
Paul
movie.
pops out.
Okay, Toy Story moves on.
All
Next
right.
one is Division 2, The Incredibles versus Inside Out.
That's easy. Incredibles. I'm in agreement.
Did you both see Inside Out?
Yes.
Yeah, wasn't a fan. And I know that a lot of people liked it. I couldn't get into it. My kids couldn't get into it. But Incredibles,
It had a
I
lot
watched
of
it last week.
sketches in that movie, Inside Out, where a lot of not happened and a lot of feelings were displayed and stuff like that, which is great. But
But I'm not big into feelings.
Incredibles was a superhero movie that we fell in love with the family, and we even related to the father, how he's not allowed to become a superhero anymore, yet he kind of sneaks out. He's not cheating on his wife. He's cheating on his wife to be a superhero. So it's a pretty cool, when he's in that train yard and he's exercising with the locomotives. Yeah. And even the biggest fan of all turns out to be the biggest villain of all in the movie. It was a great twist, and Incredibles all the way.
Okay, so Incredibles wins. Going to Division 3.
What would you have said?
What would I say?
What would you have said?
I enjoy Incredibles too, but I think the world consensus.
I would say Incredibles before today, but I watched a bunch of clips of the other one, and it was really good.
Not memorable, is it?
Inside
Out. There was a lot of depth to Inside Out.
There was.
It was less for children maybe, but it was a super good movie. But yeah, I'd have to give it to The Incredibles.
All right, next.
Monsters Inc. versus WALL-E.
WALL-E.
I'm gonna go with Monsters Inc.
I'll go with WALL-E. WALL-E instilled so many feelings in people without actually any talking for the first hour of that movie, pretty much. It was done through narration and video filming. WALL-E endlessly working, stacking and stacking the junk as he's going, being the only person left, scavenging the other robots for his own parts, and befriending the only person left on the planet to him, a cockroach. And then he discovers there's more people out there. And then we find out what happened to humans. And the humans, like us, sitting at a computer all day, grew. It grew and grew and grew. There is so much to that story while Monsters Inc. was cute and everything, it was just really a children's movie. I much prefer the other one.
So you've got WALL-E, which is basically, as far as I'm concerned, like the Lorax, where the entire movie is kind of in an entertaining way preaching to you, teaching you a lesson of some kind. Don't pollute, whatever it happens to be. I found, as far as Pixar children's movies go, Monsters Inc. was entertaining. It had characters, Sully and the other one. They were entertaining. They were the classic Laurel and Hardy, Chris Farley and David Spade type, big fat guy and little guy. It was a good combo, and it was entertaining, and it was fun to watch. And if they're gonna play something on TV, they're gonna play Monsters Inc. ahead of WALL-E.
I completely agree. To the third party.
Okay, so let's make a distinction here. Are we doing the best movie or the best what we would assume as a Pixar movie that kids would enjoy?
Well, if it's targeted towards kids, let's go with that.
Yeah, but they're not always targeted towards kids. I was going at this as if, what is the movie out of those two that I preferred the most?
Do you think that they were marketing WALL-E?
We shouldn't be
adults.
trying to figure out if it's best for a kid. We shouldn't be trying to figure out if it's best for the world. We should be figuring out if it's best for us.
Okay, so if
Hang on.
the best movie that just happens to be made by a company called Pixar, I'm going to have to say goes to Wally. I like when we're down to the quarterfinals in Pixar movies, we're already at the cream of the crop. Every single movie is awesome. Billy Crystal in Monsters, Inc. was hilarious. But there again, I'm going to use that word. There's so much depth to Wall-E. Like, yeah, they mentioned all different kinds of issues, and they did it without spoken word. And you fell in love with a cockroach, a bunch of different robots. Do you remember the cleaner Mo? You even liked the pilot in the spaceship. And it just seemed to have some kind of artistic base to it that Monsters, Inc. didn't have. Monsters, Inc. was like a really high quality cartoon, and it was fun. But there was a lot more to Wall-E than just sitting down and yucking it up. So I'll give it to Wall-E.
Okay, well, you're wrong, but okay.
Okay, Division 4, Ratatouille versus Finding Nemo.
Go ahead, Mark. I'll let you go first.
Well, I know that Ratatouille has a great rating, but I'm going to give it to Nemo. I think Nemo was I feel like it had staying power, if you know what I mean. It's one of those, like Ratatouille is one of those movies I watched and then immediately forgot about. And Finding Nemo is a movie that I watched and a year later still remember everything about it.
I could test you on that, but I bet you'd be failing.
I still remember lots about it.
Oh,
It's been, I mean, and then I just found that the characters were more endearing. There was more of a connection. You could relate to what was happening better than Ratatouille. That's all.
all right. I would have to agree. I actually think Finding Nemo was the better of the films. It starts off like every other Disney movie where a parent passes away, but you know, what's going on? But as far as Ratatouille is concerned, I've seen it twice now, and if you pressed me, I could barely tell you what the movie's about, other than it's a rat who is a chef and is controlled by holding on to the guy under the hat. But other than that, I could really tell you next to nothing about the film. So as far as staying in my mind and liking it and wanting to watch it again, Finding Nemo has a way over Ratatouille.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad I don't have to referee that one.
What would you have said?
I'd have to go with Finding Nemo.
Okay. Only because we went with it, or you just
No.
would?
No, it's too behemoth of a movie to say that Ratatouille would have won over it. Okay, we're going to the semifinals now, I guess. And it would be Toy Story versus The Incredibles.
Go ahead, Mark.
Again, I have to go with Toy Story. I love The Incredibles. I still watch it regularly because my kids love it. But you've just got such a dynamic character combo in Toy Story that it has to take the win. It has to take it.
So I'm going to disagree. I would go with The Incredibles for the fact, if I was to think back to my time and I went, okay, I would just watch both movies. I like both movies a lot. Which one do I want to see a sequel to? It was definitely not Toy Story over The Incredibles. I could not wait for an incredible sequel. Toy Story, I think just wrapped up. That should have been the end of it, and they made more.
I think the reason, though, for that, Don, is that they gave us a sequel to Toy Story, so you didn't have anything to wish for, and they held off on giving you a sequel
when
to
the
The
movie
Incredibles.
ended. I'm talking when the movie ended. I didn't need another one. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, all the ones that came afterwards, especially the last one, Toy Story 4, I didn't enjoy hardly at all.
3 was not bad. 3 was well done.
And see, the first one was great. Then it went downhill from there. As far as The Incredibles is concerned, I kept on saying, why are they not making this movie? Why are they not doing it? And everybody else was saying the exact same thing. because they finally, at the end of that movie, united the family, and everyone couldn't wait to see the family together as superheroes finally. And so, as far as I could go back and watch The Incredibles over and over and over and over again, I would get tired of watching Toy Story over and over again because it's too kid-centric.
All right, Paul.
Breaker.
Okay. I'm going to have to give this one to Toy Story again. Again, these are all awesome movies, and I really enjoyed The Incredibles, but The Incredibles was it was a cartoon, and it wasn't unlike other cartoons that came out at the time, and I'm thinking specifically of a movie like Megamind and Despicable Me kind of thing. All of these are kind of similar in quality. They're really great movies, and Megamind is not any worse than, say, The Incredibles. But Toy Story gave us something really magical with computer animated toys coming to life and their dedication to kids, their reason to be. They had the posse of the toys. You had the evil next door neighbor toys. It was all really great and different. Unlike The Incredibles, which was just a superhero cartoon done well. Agreed?
I have to agree with you, Paul. I am right.
Okay, Toy Story wins. Moving on. So I guess we said WALL-E versus Finding Nemo.
Okay.
I'm going with Wally. I just say not only was it great storytelling, and visually it's a far superior movie, but it also kept the kids and adults both intrigued throughout the whole thing. There wasn't too many silly moments that are in some Pixar movies. A lot of this was just well done. Now, they did have the spraying to get back. That's how Wally flew at some point before Ava came out to rescue him. But other than that, it was a pretty dead serious looking movie for a lot of it with good humor in it. They kept everybody interested. Finding Nemo, it's a story about somebody traveling, looking for somebody. And it was okay, it was good, but I got tired of it. And as far as Finding Dory was concerned, it was the exact same movie. So I would give mine to Wally because there hasn't been another Wally.
Okay, well, gonna disagree. I'm gonna give it to Finding Nemo. Maybe there's a reason there hasn't been another Wally.
Because they wrapped up the story and it's fine and it didn't want to do a cash grab?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what Hollywood does. They wrap it up. Okay,
it took 12 years to The Incredibles 2.
This was a perfect movie. It was wrapped up nicely. We don't want any more money from this franchise. Yeah, that sounds Hollywood to me. So, no, again, Finding Nemo. It was a dad's search for his lost son. Any parent watching this movie can relate. The fear that you would have if your kid is out of your sight for a second. And yes, you have older children, Don, but having younger children, I watched that today and I'm like, I know how that feels. And I would be terrified. So yeah, Finding Nemo is that wins it hands down. I don't even need to think about it.
Apparently, Paul has to think about it.
Okay, I'm gonna go Wally.
What?
Yeah, Wally was too artistic. It was a very touching love story. There was a lot of lessons to be learned in there, but done without preaching. It was just too original of a concept to give it away to another movie. Yeah, Finding Nemo was good. You felt for him as a parent, but it was just a cartoon road trip. So yeah, Wally wins, I think.
Okay, well, I thought you were smart. Okay, what's the next one?
I fooled you. Okay, we're down to the nitty gritty. So this is gonna be the finals. So we're going Toy Story versus WALL-E.
Well, let me guess what Mark's going to pick. Go, Mark. You haven't picked Wally in either of the other two choices, so I'm going to guess that you're going to pick
I'm not
Wally. I dare you. Say Wally.
I'm not going to lie. I was not a huge fan of Wally. Sure, it was well done, and it was fun to watch once.
Darn it, I hate that. I hate those fun to watch movies.
But Toy Story was new and fresh, and it's something that I don't mind watching a second or third or fourth time. Wally, once you've seen it, you've seen it. And if I have to watch a movie where there is no words in the first hour, really throughout there's 6 words in the whole movie, I don't want to do that. Once is fine, and it was great, and then it's been done, and I don't need to see it again.
You see, everyone, you have to excuse Mark because his attention span is not very good. Unless there's words explaining what's happening on the screen, he gets all lost.
No, I prefer
it's a good thing he wasn't born in the silent music era. Or
silent music. That's great, Don. I love that too.
There was silent music.
Wonderful.
I'm obviously going to go the opposite with Wally, since I haven't picked Toy Story yet neither. And I think, yes, Toy Story was a good film and everything, yes. But I don't want to give too much credence to a film because it was first out of Pixar's movies. It was the very first one they made. So, of course, everyone's going to remember it fondly. It was groundbreaking. Yes, there's great stories.
Okay, we've heard why he thinks that Toy Story was a good movie.
Yes.
And he just spent a lot of time telling us why he doesn't think WALL-E is deserving. Why isn't Toy Story deserving?
Toy Story is not deserving because, like I was just trying to say, everyone's giving it so much credit because it was first, not necessarily because of the actual story and the actual plot line.
But what was bad about it?
So are you taking credit away from it because it was first?
No, but I don't want you to give the award to it because it was first. Because it was fresh. It was the first one. You said it 3 times. Every time we discussed that movie, you said that every time. And yes,
I also said that I could watch it more than one time and not get bored.
Guess what? Wally came out way after Toy Story, and it was fresh. And it was done in a way that was even more visually stimulating than Toy Story was. Toy Story was definitely geared at the young audience. Here's your toy box. Here's your toys that you grew up with the kids. It was meant to hit your nostalgia, and fine. It was good. Wally took that and raised the bar. It told the story visually, not just with the feeling. It gave you just as many feelings, if not more. It told messages without preaching to you. And it was absolutely stunning. And yes, I have watched Wall-E way many more times than I have watched Toy Story, the original.
But you have yet to tell me, what are the flaws with Toy Story holding it back?
What are the flaws in Toy Story holding it back?
Yes.
It was a very simplistic story. It was like a bedtime story. Wasn't meant for adults to watch over and over again. It was geared towards a young audience, and that was pretty much it. Wall-E still appeals to everybody. It's a more broad-based movie. More people can watch that movie than Toy Story and still enjoy it to this day. I don't see that happening with Toy Story. I just don't.
I would love to look up the ratings on both movies.
They're both through the roof.
I could tell you. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, Toy Story had a Metacritic score of 95. And Wall-E had a Metacritic score of 95.
That's why they're in the finals.
All right, Paul, tie break it.
Okay, before I tie break it, right here probably, if everything goes right in editing, there's going to be a banner there that I'm going to put a poll. So you can tell us what movie you think deserves to win between Wall-E and Toy Story.
The poll will be right here, guys.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah.
Click there, make your selection, and then listen to this. Okay. Wall-E. It's going to be Wall-E.
Are you kidding me?
It has to be Wally.
Why does it have to be Wally? Don is saying because Toy Story tells or Wally tells a visual story. Well, so does Toy Story, and it also has words.
I would liken I would liken Toy Story to Monsters Inc. It's very entertaining. It has good voice acting. There are some nice songs in it. But as a story and as a cinematic experience, I think that Wall-E just brings you beginning to end through a whole experience that one of the kids' stories doesn't do. I can, as a teenager or an adult, I can appreciate all the nuances of Wall-E, whereas in Toy Story and something like Monsters Inc., there are no nuances. It's just all in your face because it's pretty much there to make the children laugh and chuckle.
Well, I'll say this: I will watch Wall-E again, and I'll give it another shot. If you guys are praising it so much,
With an open
watch
mind.
it again.
You have to watch it with an open mind.
Of course, because it has been years and years and years since I've seen this movie. So I don't remember really liking it when I watched it. Maybe it was just the mood I was in when I watched it. Who knows?
It's almost as good as A Quiet Place. So it tells a story without words, much like Mark likes.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's my deal.
That might be it. That might be your Achilles heel. I need words, everybody.
A Quiet Place. What a waste of a movie.
We digress into there. All right, folks. Let us know how you guys did. Did you think that those answers, we got them right? I know Paul got 2 or 3 wrong, but, we'll decide down below and see what you guys think, because, there's no way Incredibles loses out. It just doesn't work. Okay, so let us know what you think down below. Maybe check out some of our other content. I'm going to have one over there and one over there, and hit that poll that would be up in this corner when you get a chance. And until next time, have yourself a great time. Stay safe. Stay isolated, unfortunately. And we'll see you on the channel. I almost said have yourself a great vacation.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. And have yourself a great vacation. Wait. Edit.